So a friend of mine asked me to give a talk this coming spring, at the teen banquet, and the talk topic is following Jesus. So in the brainstorming of it, I was just thinking about what it looks like and to follow Jesus, and then what does it look like when we don't follow Jesus. The and then so then I started thinking about that, and at this time of year it's Christmas time, or it's about to be Christmas time, so Christmas movies are on TV, and one of my favorite happens to be Home Alone 2. And I was thinking about a particular scene in that movie. It's towards the beginning when the family, as always, is rushing in and through the airport. And in this scene, Kevin and his dad are running through the airport, and Kevin's worried about getting batteries for his talk boy, and he's just distracted by getting batteries in this thing so that he can take care of himself. And in the process, he finally just stops, takes his eyes off of his dad, puts the batteries in it, gets it going, and then proceeds on his way. So by this time, his dad has moved on through the airport, and another guy who looks like his dad kind of gets in Kevin's eyesight, and that's who Kevin follows. And by following him, ends up in New York instead of Miami. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Home Alone 2, sorry, I haven't ruined anything. But just that little scene right there, I thought about that. I was like, so for the first mistake Kevin made, that I think that we make, that I make, is I have a lot of distractions in my life. There's things that are taking my eyes off of Jesus and following him. And some distractions are good and some of them are bad. And some distractions could be classified as priorities that have been over prioritized over other things. And it's going to be different for everybody. And only you and through the Holy Spirit can identify what those are. But I find that when we're distracted by things and consumed by it, then that takes our eyes off of Jesus. And it doesn't have to be too long. And then when we look up, we're looking for our dad, for Jesus, and we look for something that looks like him, and sometimes we end up following something that kind of looks like him, but it's not him, and we wind up on the wrong path, and before you know it, and then just like in the movie, if our goal is to make our way back to following Jesus, he's going to come get us. He's not going to abandon us. That's the contrast to that analogy, though, is I thought about myself, and if that were me as the dad and my family, regardless of how busy we are. We were just in Schaumburg a couple weekends ago, and even without the hustle and bustle, I never took my eyes off Finn. And I didn't necessarily hold his hand, but he was always in my sight. Even if he was distracted by all the stores and stuff in the mall, I knew where he was. And I never let him get too far away. And that's how God is. He's never going to let us get too far away. But to flip that around, I think we should always stay within arm's reach. That way, when we can keep our hands and our arms resting on the Lord, but we can still look around, but we're following him so close that there's never going to be any separation. There's not going to be any kind of distractions. So I thought I'd share that with you, because I know that a couple different things have been coming up. I mean, for me, I get on YouTube and I'm looking at a couple different messages or little shorts, and then it goes from Billy Graham to watching somebody do all these handyman hacks to just silly stuff then, and it's a slippery slope sometimes, and then I catch myself from just thinking, what the heck, how did I get here? And that's just the awareness of our surroundings, I guess. So I pray that that the Spirit would speak with you, would show you the things in your life, like that's showing in mine, that can become distractions, or the things that we've prioritized over other things, and that He works that out through you. So have a good day.